We welcome you back to San Diego as the Padres and Seattle Mariners get ready for a doubleheader today from Petco Park in San Diego. Game one between the Mariners and Padres coming your way shortly. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody, I'm Don Orsillo. We welcome you to Padres baseball and welcome you back to baseball that is being played today due to social injustice. Last night's game was postponed here at Petco Park, and we'll walk you through what took place yesterday as out in the bullpen with their warm-ups, where the Seattle Mariners and the Padres were on the field warming up as well, getting ready for the game. Both managers talked it over as the teams came back to their clubhouses, and the Seattle Mariners voted soon after this not to play last night's game. So the Padres respected really the wishes of the Seattle Mariners vote process and also elected not to play. Here's what's going on around baseball yesterday and around Major League Sports in its entirety. NBA, 3 games yesterday and 3 today have been postponed. 3 games yesterday in Major League Baseball were postponed. The WNBA had 3 games yesterday postponed, as did the MLS with their 5 games. So that's what's going on. As of today, the Padres and Mariners are playing a doubleheader. Both managers weighed in on the situation earlier today.
Sports are a privilege, and we get the opportunity to play an awesome game. We get paid for it. These guys, you know, they're the best in the world, and they get to compete on this level every day. But it is a privilege. It's a privilege of a functioning society. And our players made a decision yesterday to take a step backwards and to back off the gas here, to create some awareness about something that we need change. We need change, and again, I commend our players for continuing doing the right thing. And you know, the discussions like we had yesterday as a team were very meaningful. We continue to learn from each other, educate each other. And that's what this is all about.
It's horrible what's going on. There's no doubt about it. And I think we can all agree, you know, both sides, that, you know, change needs to happen. I just know from our players, you know, like I think the best way to represent it is, you know, we love our neighbors, we love our brothers, and that's kind of the stance that we've had.
Such an emotional day yesterday as we welcome in Mark Sweeney, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on everything that took place yesterday and today as well, Mark.
Yeah, it was emotional, and you know what? Change does need to happen in our society. What I saw yesterday was really the teammates and everyone sticking together, which that is really the important factor if you're a baseball player in society this day and age. But really, it comes down to equality, and change has to happen within our communities and also around the United States.
Well, we've got baseball for you today, not 1 but 2 games, and we'll be back with game number 1 after this. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Book your staycation today in the exciting new Padres Hotel Suite at Sequan Casino Resort. By BMW. See a San Diego County BMW Center today for exceptional offers, or visit stcountybmw.com. By Chick-fil-A. If the Padres turn a double play, you win a free breakfast entree at Chick-fil-A tomorrow. Open your Chick-fil-A app before the game ends to claim the free reward. And by Baker Electric Home Energy, San Diego's experts in solar heating and air. It's the Padres and Seattle Mariners game 1 of 2 today. But before we get it started, let's send it down to Bob Scanlon.
Don, thank you so much. As the Padres get ready for game 1 of this doubleheader, they hope to be able to rely on this high-powered offense that has the 2nd most runs in Major League Baseball, and over the last week has been led by their Gold Glove third baseman, Manny Machado. He's been on absolute fire, hitting .536, and he's come up with some big hits as well, including this game-winning home run against the Astros. But notice where that ball goes, opposite field, and against Gonzalez, the first game of this series. Extra bases opposite field. Now, if you try to come inside, he will keep you honest, pulling it through the left side, but Manny Machado has been using the entire field. If you leave something up and out over like this pitch, it's going to go for extra bases. That was a triple in his final at bat on Tuesday night. He will try to keep this offense going and give some support to Dinelson Lamet, who's looking for another dozen Ks. The last time he faced Seattle up north, he struck out 12 batters. He'll try to dominate for 7 again today. Padres, Mariners, first pitch coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
And a swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. Strike 3 call. That was nasty. Good start for Lamet. Elton Nelson Lamet on the hill for the Padres, leads his team out onto the field as we play day baseball from San Diego. Game 1 of 2 today, and of course this would be a 7-inning affair. Both games would be 7 innings, which would be very different. As we check out the weather report brought to you by your always sunny San Diego County Honda dealers. Nothing but blue skies above, not a cloud in the sky, and 79 degrees as we get it started. Northwesterly breeze at 13 miles per hour, and partly cloudy the forecast for the rest of the day. But again, no clouds as of right now. Time now for our Saquon Pick the Stick. Fans, you can decide who you're with by tweeting out hashtag I'm with the last name of the broadcast you think has the best pick. If you're right, you've entered into a daily drawing for a 2-night stay in the new Padres Hotel Suite, including a $100 resort credit and 2 rounds of golf at Singing Hills Golf Resort at Saquon. Must be 21 and older to win. There are our picks for today's first game. And Scott Service's Seattle Mariners look like this today in the starting 9 for Game 1. J.P. Crawford leading it off at shortstop with Sam Haggerty. In left field, it is Kyle Lewis. He's having a great year. He's in center field, batting third. Kyle Seager, the brother of Corey Seager, is at third base with Austin Nola, the DH, Aaron Nola's brother. Evan White is at first base with Jake Fraley in right field. Shed Long at second base, and Joseph Odom does the catching, and he bats ninth. As the Padres featured Dinelson Lamet today in Game 1.
Let's take a look at the big right-hander, a 2-1 record with a minuscule 1.89 ERA coming into it. 45 strikeouts in only 33 1/3 innings. And arguably coming off his best start last year in last August against the Seattle Mariners. 12 strikeouts, only allowing 2 hits. But fastball success really comes into play. Look for that to be a prerequisite early in this start.
J.P. Crawford to lead it off here for the M's. In their alternate road jerseys for Game 1. Padres in the home whites with the pinstripes. And the first pitch of the ball game is going to miss for Game 1. J.P. Crawford, Sam Haggerty, and Kyle Lewis here in the first inning for the M's. 232 so far, home run, 9 runs batted in. Skip in for ball 2. Nelson getting start number 7 of the year. Second half of this regular season already. Game 32 of the year for the Padres, and a liner into right field. Starts things here in the first inning. A base hit for J.P. Crawford.
A 2-0 swing, and gets that fastball. Had to really go down that middle, and you can see Luis Torrens set up down the middle of the plate and lines this to right. Crawford's had a nice series so far.
Both offensively and defensively so far. And here is Sam Haggerty standing in as the Padres infield in the middle. A double play depth here. Haggerty, the Mariners left fielder. I'll check it first on Crawford, back to the bag.
It's going to be interesting today, Don. We said in our first game that these Seattle Mariners, also the Padres, like to run the bases, and stolen bases is part of their offense. Mariners come in with 31 on the year, which leads all of the major leagues.
In the air to right field. Myers battling the sun out there, trying to shade his eyes, and he'll make the catch.
Time now to look at the Padres defense from left to right. Josh Naylor gets a start in left. Trent Grisham in center field. Wil Myers, as he caught that one, in right field. The left side of the infield, Manny Machado, Tatis Jr., Cronenworth on the right side with Eric Hosmer. And Luis Torrens gets a start for Dinelson Lamet.
1 out, 1 on for the Mariners here in the top of the first inning. And here's Kyle Lewis. What a great year he's having. OPS over 1,000, a 360 average. 7 homers, 19 runs batted in. 1 for 5 in the first game of this 3-game series. Drop in there for a strike on the inside corner at 97. Kyle Lewis, a rookie, leads American League rookies in runs, hits, home runs. So you got Jake Cronenworth leading in a lot of categories in the National League on the rookie side of things, and the guy to play right now for the Mariners, Kyle Lewis, leading on the American League side of things.
This young man has had a very good start to the season. A lot of his hits have been towards the center field, and you'll see that outfield probably bunch up. Also, he's done a very good job with the breaking ball.
He's on a stretch right now where he's hit safely in 9 straight games heading into today's game. And a grounder down to third. Machado will try to start it for 2. Second for 1. On to first. A double play. Nicely done around the horn. Inning ending. Padres are coming up. Day in San Diego. The Padres and Mariners playing the first of 2. Let's check out the Padres starting 9 here as they come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Fernando Tatis Jr. will be batting second. Trent Grisham's on top of the order with Tatis. Then Manny Machado is at third base with Eric Hosmer at first. Jake Cronenworth at second base. Wil Myers is in right. Greg Garcia, the DH, with Josh Naylor in left field for game 1. And Luis Torrens does the catching and bats out of the 9 spot. L.J. Newsome is going to get the start here today for the Mariners. Kind of an opener, if you will, his first start of the year.
Yeah, 23-year-old right-hander. He was in Single-A Modesto last year. A 26th-round pick in 2015. He is a strike thrower, and he made his debut last Thursday against the Dodgers.
Trent Grisham leading it off as he normally does now in his 32nd game. That means he's played in every Padres game so far. And ahead here 2-0. Now the Mariners, after the ball game today, will be heading to Anaheim to take on the Angels as part of this 2-city tour for them. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego County Honda dealers.
Well, cross up Crawford, J.P. Crawford, already a single in this game. He was 2 for 4 in the first game with 2 runs scored, including his first home run, and cash in opportunities. 11 base runners left on base in the first game for the Padres. Runners in scoring position, a key.
Popped up, foul ground. Odom coming back, and a little stagger, and he actually falls, but he holds on to the baseball as Grisham fouls out to the Mariners catcher for out number 1.
Well, let's take a look at the Mariners defense. Left to right, Sam Haggerty gets a start in left. Kyle Lewis in center field. Jake Fraley in right. Kyle Seager at third base. J.P. Crawford at shortstop. Shed Long Jr. gets the start at second base. Evan White at first, and Joseph Odom gets the start for L.J. Newsome.
1 down. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. He'll take strike 1. 12 home runs, 29 RBIs, and the average at 301. Tatis played in every game so far this year for the Padres as well, and almost gets hit again. Spinning out of the way of that pitch running up and in at 92.
See, teams do that a lot, especially that fastball in, just to try to make him aware of it. Really difficult, especially that first pitch breaking ball. You want to hang in there.
It was a very rare hitless first game against the Mariners. He was 0 for 5 with a strikeout.
What was interesting is he tried to lay a bunt down early in the game. It looked like it ricocheted off his fingers. You wonder if that was something that affected the rest of the game. Took a lot of wild swings in that first matchup against the Mariners.
Flares this one foul, backing out of play. Time for the Kia Give It Everything. Highest OPS in the month of August, Fernando Tatis Jr. Third in that category, Jose Abreu of the White Sox, Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies. 1-2. And it's grounded foul over by the Mariners dugout. Of course, Mariners are housed on the third base side here at Petco Park. One, two. Is grounded foul again that way.
Hey, let's play 2, right, Don?
Absolutely.
I mean, you mentioned Cubs great. Ernie Banks always said, let's play 2. He wished he said 2 7-inning games.
Yes. You know, I did 10 years of minor league baseball, and I really enjoy the 7-inning game.
Me too.
It happens fast. Everything's quicker. I mean, obviously, you don't have 2 extra innings. Swing and a miss here, and Tatis strikes out. First strikeout of the day for Newsom, and that's out number 2 of this first inning.
LJ Newsom's getting a little bit of run on that fastball. You can see just over the barrel of the bat of Tatis Jr.
I mean, you're talking about your specialty pitchers, your normally 8th inning guy, and your closer. After the 5th inning, it's exciting.
Yeah,
It's,
you start turning it up a notch a little bit earlier.
you get an early lead, it's a much bigger deal.
Yeah. For those Padre fans, you know you've been waiting for that no-hitter, too, for so long. Nothing in a 7-inning game.
Right. Doesn't count.
I actually like that, too, because that's a very precious thing to end up getting and throwing a no-hitter.
The 1 to Machado, and he'll hit a soft liner on a hop to the shortstop Crawford, who gets it across in time to end the inning. A 1-2-3 first for Newsom, scoreless after 1.
Between the Padres and the Mariners, Dinelson Lamet giving up a leadoff single to lead off this ball game. A reason it is of note is because he had not allowed a first inning hit in the last 4 games. He has been absolutely dominant in the early innings, but I bring it up because of one thing. With the postponement of yesterday's ball game, it is a 6-day rest time between starts for Dinelson Lamet, and generally that has not been to his benefit. A 5.14 earned run average when 6 days rest or more versus 3.13 on the normal 4 days, and it's really come down to walks, guys. 4.3 walks per 9. That's a walk more when he has the extra day of rest. Let's see how quickly he can find that fastball command. It was a little bit fuzzy in the first inning. He got through it. Hopefully he gets locked in and we see the normal dominant Dinelson Lamet. Don, Mark, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. As he deals with Kyle Seager to begin things here in the inning, and this one is fouled back at 98 miles an hour on the delivery. It is 0-2 quickly to Seager.
You know, Scan says something interesting. He hasn't given up a hit in the first inning in the last 4 starts. Also, he hasn't really induced a lot of double plays. And he got out of that first inning with that double play to Machado.
And he also did so in a minimal amount of pitches. He threw 7 first inning pitches, which is great because you like to see Lamet get a little deeper into games than he has been.
Yeah, sometimes he's enamored by that strikeout at times, and what you do when you have that is there's a lot of foul balls, and that's uncomfortable. Drive that pitch count up.
Fly ball into the high sky and right. Myers got to deal with the sun, and he's there for the first out of the second inning. Well, Lamet known for his slider, but this year opponents against his fastball very good, only hitting at 161 against him after some pretty good success last year in his first year back off the Tommy John surgery.
I think it's safe to say too, Don, and I'd like to hear how you feel about this, but he's been more consistent this year, and I think it has a lot to do with him focused on driving that fastball, as Scan talked about, because at times he falls off to that first base side, and that's when he struggles with command.
Yeah, no question. You can tell at times that mechanically he just comes out of whack a little bit.
That slider's not as sharp.
Yep.
It has more of a backspin to it.
When he is able to repeat his delivery, very good. And I guess the same could be said for virtually any pitcher. This will fall. It's a base hit. Over is Myers, a bobble barehanded, but no further advance for Nola. So a 1-out single just blooped down that right field line and barely fair.
Well, Nola 3 hits in that first game, and he dumps this down the right field line. It's going to be interesting day games, and especially with this early start. Right behind second base in that right field area really poses the problems with the sun field. Already seen Wil Myers try to shade his eyes.
Well, now 1 on, and Evan White, the batter. First baseman. As again, the Padres go into the double play depth on a pitch that is up top for ball 1. Turn 2 again. They did so in the first inning. 168, 5 homers, 17 runs batted in for White. In a 3-hit game in game 1 of the series. And hitting better lately. I mentioned the 3 hits in the first game, but 4 days ago had a 6 RBI game. Mariners have now won 4 straight, taking the first game of this series. And of course, play 2 today. Padres will be headed out to Denver after the game to be in a weekend series against Colorado Rockies.
4-game series. Isn't that interesting?
Wraparound.
Yeah, and that's that could get taxing, which is interesting. Raises some eyebrows today, especially with the doubleheader. You're always focused on your starting pitching. But especially when you're going into Colorado. So today is going to be interesting how they script this. And one of the starters today, if not both, would be beneficial if they go deep in the ball game.
Yeah, if your bullpen is taxed coming out of a doubleheader scenario going into a 4-game series at Coors Field, that could really put them in a tough spot. Tatis back a second, will make the catch for out number 2. Well, the Padres pitcher's K9. Your K9 wins if the Padres strike out 9 or more batters in today's game. All Padres fans can visit participating Petco locations the next day and receive a free pound of dog treats with Pals Rewards. Visit petco.com/PadresK9 for more details. Jake Fraley bats with 2 down, and Austin Nola at first base. Fraley, the Mariners' right fielder. Just a 125 average coming in, but that's only in 2 games. This is 3rd game. He's recalled from the alternate site, which for the Mariners is Tacoma, their normal AAA venue. Not all that far away from downtown Seattle, so it works out pretty well.
Played there in AAA back in the day. They renovated that stadium.
You a Rainier?
I was not a Rainier. I played against the Rainiers.
Okay.
I was in Vancouver Canadian with the Angels.
It's a city I've never been to, but would love to go. I heard wonderful things about Vancouver.
Vancouver's beautiful. The field, you got to hit it twice to get it out. Nat Bailey Stadium.
Go out somewhere in center field and hit it again.
And I say that because I played against A-Rod. He comes up, and it was interesting for Tacoma, and he hits a line drive up to center field, and we were all in amazement because it just took off, and it was still going as he hit it, and he turned out to be a pretty good player.
Yeah. New Britain's Beehive Field.
I did it twice.
Jeff Bagwell came through there, and they were a little concerned the Red Sox were at the time because he hit 4 home runs there. And they're like, wow, he's supposed to be a power hitter. Yeah, well, you know, it'll work out.
It does.
But they're going to trade Larry Anderson for him because of the lack of power in New Britain. I mean, really?
Just a
Nobody hits home runs
Hall
there.
of Fame career, right?
Yeah, it worked out all right. And Larry Anderson spent about 5 weeks, I think, with the Red Sox.
Yeah,
one of that trade.
I don't think that trade went.
No, it was unfortunately Lou Gorman, one of the greatest gentlemen you will ever meet, ever, was a GM. But I would say that was his worst trade. And I think he would tell you that, the great late Lou Gorman. Left field moving over is Naylor, and he'll get there to make the catch. It ends the top of the 2nd inning. Scoreless day baseball from San Diego. Doesn't get nicer than this. A perfect afternoon from Petco Park in San Diego. Scoreless as we head to inning number 2. And it's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question. Who? Mark Grant pitched for the 1992 Mariners, striking out 42 batters, including Hall of Famers Robin Yount, Kirby Puckett, Ricky Henderson. Wow. We need to get back to this. I need to see this again. He struck out 42 batters, including Hall of Famers Robin Yount, Carlton Fisk, George Brett, Eddie Murray, Wade Boggs.
I'm going to say George Brett.
Okay. 92. Wade Boggs would have been a possibility.
That's when he had the sneaky cheese.
You told me he had a big arm.
He had a big arm.
And now he's just big.
What's your guess?
I'm going Wade Boggs. He's a pop-up left side. Crawford shielding his eyes makes the catch for out number 1 of the second inning. Mark Grant pitched for the 92 Mariners, struck out 42 batters. Hall of Famers Yount, Puckett, Henderson, and there's another. Yeah, I'm going to go Wade Boggs on that. Although all 4 of those guys are American League guys. I was going to say American League, but
yeah, I would have sided with the AL West. But you know what? Wade Boggs is a good answer because he would give you a strike. But he was very good with 2 strikes.
Fouled off a bunch of stuff at will.
Yeah.
Another Seattle Mariner was really good at that too, and Ichiro, unbelievable. 2 strikes, he just couldn't strike him out. Like he just, it had to be very frustrating for pitchers.
It was almost like he was running to first base before he even hit it.
Yes, he was on the move. Didn't go, says Ted Barrett, crew chief, third base umpire today. Jay Cronenworth batting with 1 out here in the second inning. Mark Grant trivia questions, really?
I love it.
We're running out of stuff, I guess. 1-2 pitch, just gonna miss.
Big fastball.
No, he's just big. Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Man, that one's fouled off. In all seriousness, did he have another pitch? He featured. What else
he
did
had
he
a good
feature?
Breaking ball. It was a little inconsistent, I would say. I never faced him. I faced him in batting practice before games. He would always,
really?
yeah, he would always come in and Merv Retman would ask him, the hitting coach would ask him to throw BP, lather up, and then he'd shower before the game.
That is strike 3. Grabs the bottom of the strike zone, and that is strikeout number 2 for Newsom. 2 down.
It's interesting. We heard of L.J. Newsom as a strike thrower, and you can see him spotting to both sides of the plate. Perfect pitch on that outside part of the plate. Nothing that Jake Cronenworth could have done with that pitch.
So 2 down here in the second inning for Wil Myers. Bats for the first time today. A .280 average. 7 homers, 18 runs batted in. Yeah, Mudd has wanted to throw me batting practice since I got here 5 years ago.
He'd drill you.
And that is exactly the reason why I won't do it. He's going to hit me in the ribs with the first pitch.
He's very accurate.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He's very strong too. I will point out. That's
he's
a strong man.
So you don't want to charge the mound because he's the nice guy. But yeah, don't get him mad.
Very strong.
He would drill you in the ribs, and it would probably come right in here and just bam, right there, and you would have.
It would hurt really bad too.
It would be embedded in your side right there, and then you would have Rob Manfred's signature right on your rib cage.
Yeah. Opposite field liner, and it is picked at first base by Evan White to end things in the second. To the third we go without a score. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, official pet coach of the Padres. By Jack in the Box, it's time to cheer on your Padres because we want burgers. And by Hyundai, bring on the epic summer savings now at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. Mariners and Padres, game one of a doubleheader from beautiful San Diego, America's finest city. It's to the third we go. And Shedlong Jr. to lead it off. He'll take a strike at the knees from Dinelson Lamet. He's given up 2 hits through the first 2 innings. Shedlong Jr. with the 167 average. Then the Padres are headed on the road to Colorado after the ball game, so they need the road uniforms to be packed up and ready to go. So today the Padres in game 2 will wear the camo uniforms that they usually wear on Sundays.
Interesting.
Because they're available, obviously.
Yep.
So they're going to go with that in game 2 as to not use the other uniforms that they use, the alternates.
Yeah, that's typical. I mean, in other places where we did play the doubleheaders, typically you wouldn't wear that same uniform, even though they probably have a secondary one inside their locker room. I like those camo ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've done a fabulous job with the new unis.
They're great.
They look great. A lot of people talking very highly about them.
Swing and a miss for Long Jr.
What's your favorite? You have a favorite?
I actually like the home the best.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
I think that
like them all,
that
but
one to me pops. I actually like the road pinstripes.
Yeah, I do too.
And I think it's a nice change.
Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again, 3-2.
I think I really like the ones on the pinstripe ones because it says San Diego across. I think that's really a real nice look. Obviously, Padres across the chest here at home with the home whites.
What I really like is the return of the emphasis on the swinging friar. I think it's pretty cool. I always thought it was a cool logo.
Yeah, Mark Grant's taking a nice swing.
Yes, that is ball 4 in the first walk given up by Lamet. And now a quick word from Jerome's Furniture.
Jerome's Furniture, official furniture store of the San Diego Padres. Shop online today at jeromes.com.
Lead runner on for the second time in 3 innings for the M's. And Joseph Odom out of the 9 spot for Seattle. Steps to the plate for the first time.
Took a long look down to third base coach Manny Acta before he got into the batter's box.
Think something may be on here. There's a ground ball to short. Could be, a bobble there by Tatis. He was trying to do it too quickly, realizing that a double play was a possibility. And on the transfer from the glove to the bare hand, there's an error, and I believe that is the first miscue of the year for Tatis.
Interesting because you see the bat shattering off the end of the bat. It might have disrupted the concentration of Fernando Tatis Jr. As you said, the first blemish all year long. I think he had more time. Looked like he was a little quick with that exchange.
Yeah, you had the catcher running on the back end too, and Odom. So it is first and second with nobody out, and the error indeed charged to Tatis. Fly ball foul off to the left out of play.
Yeah, Crawford's taking some aggressive swings. He's feeling it in the box.
Now, a lot of these Mariners have showed up for this series with not great overall offensive numbers, but lately they're starting to hit.
Yeah, and I said in that first game they had a very good approach, center of the field, and that's how you get out of those tough stretches.
On Tuesday, J.P. Crawford announced his presence with some authority, homering off Chris Paddock as part of the Mariners' win in Game 1. That one to straightaway center field. Single to right in the first inning of this contest. '99, but missing from Lamet. That's one thing that I have noticed this year, and His second year removed from Tommy John surgery. That velocity is up there now.
Yeah, we've seen triple digits. I think he's located his fastball predominantly all year long, a lot better than he did last year. That sets up that slider.
Swing and a miss. That'll work. And there you go. On the slider, he strikes out J.P. Crawford. First K of the day for Lamet. Couldn't have come at a better time. One down.
You're right, Don. A big strikeout. The elevated fastball previous and sets up that slider perfectly. Probably his best slider today. Had good finish on it and getting a big out by Crawford.
So 1 out, runners at first and second. It brings up Sam Haggerty. Yeah, Tatis committing his first error of the season here in this inning. He had played 251 innings of errorless ball at shortstop this season until this very inning. So he has been very sure-handed. Did he go? Yes, he did. Home plate umpire Tom Woodring doesn't even check. Made the call himself.
I know, Don, we've mentioned on our pregame show the ability that Bobby Dickerson has brought to the infielders, and I think especially with Tatis Jr. speaks volumes of how he's slowed the game down just a little bit, and defensively he has benefited from that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard a lot about the footwork that's been involved too as being a major area of emphasis.
And that's part of slowing it down too, because he wanted to make that spectacular play, but I think a lot of his errors last year were because it sped up a little bit on him. So the greatest examples for me is Ozzie Smith and Omar Vizquel. I've got to watch both of them. Those are the elite. So their footwork and their ability to slow the game down.
Swing and a miss on a pitch headed down and in. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lamet. 2 down here in the third inning.
And you know what? When he needs some strikeouts, he goes to the slider. And this is just tying up the Seattle Mariners. Aggressive with a fastball early. Second time around, he has featured that devastating slider.
So 2 down, and here is Kyle Lewis. Bounce into the 5-4-3 double play in the first inning. A big rip right there at 98. Couldn't catch up.
And with that 98 miles an hour, as you see that 9-game hitting streak for Kyle Lewis, it's got some arm side run to it. Tie up a lot of right-handed hitters.
Close pitch. Could have gone either way. Well, the Met needed something that did not include contact, and he got it with the strikeouts of Crawford and Haggerty. 2 on, 2 down, and now dealing with the best hitter in this Mariners order. Popped up foul, and Lamet jumps ahead 1-2.
I'll tell you this, Don, there's a lot of opposition that sit on slider against Lamet because the amount of times he throws it. It's over 50% that he throws that pitch. But when it's on, he can almost tell him it's coming. It doesn't matter. That's the difference for Dinelson Lamet this year when he gets on top of that slider.
Two on here for the Mariners. They were on with nobody out. They're on with 2 outs now as Lamet takes a good long look in to Luis Torrens, and the 1-2 just a little bit low.
Yeah, it almost seems like he is sitting on that slider, and for Lamet, getting out of this situation would be a huge boost.
Swing and a miss, and Lamet strikes out Lewis. That was very impressive. The Mariners able to get 2 on to begin the inning. But J.P. Crawford, Sam Haggerty, and Kyle Lewis all down by way of the K. Scoreless after 2.5. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, getting out of a top of the third jam nicely was Dinelson Lamet, and it'll be the bottom third of the Padres order featured here in the inning. There's Garcia, Naylor, and Torrens coming up. Greg Garcia today, the DH in game 1. And the recipient of strike 1 from L.J. Newsome, who was out there for his third inning.
Yeah, pumping strikes, and especially with that fastball.
Two strikeouts so far for Newsome. He's retired all 6 Padres that he's faced so far. And here's his 30th pitch of the day. And it is a one-hopper out to second base, and Long Jr. fires to first for out number 1. Remember, when the Padres hit a homer today, you get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink. So 1 out here in the third, and Josh Naylor coming up. Naylor getting an outfield start in today's game, getting the start in left field in game 1. As they stack it up when the shift on the right side, Crawford coming over on the right side to join Long Jr. and Marmoleos, who has just checked into the game at first base, taking over for Evan White. So Marmoleos is the first baseman now. Ball and 2 strikes to Naylor with Luis Torrens waiting on deck here for the Padres. Through the shift and into right field, a base hit for Josh Naylor. First base runner to reach today for the Padres. It's a 1-out single for Josh Naylor here in the bottom of the third inning.
I think this was the first changeup. Yes, the changeup grip by Newsome today. And Josh Naylor stays on that nicely. And a little bit of fade, and he shoots it through that shift on the right side.
1 out, 1 on, and Luis Torrens coming up here for the Padres. .167 average so far for Luis. 1 for 6 in his first 4 games back in the big leagues. Of course, we saw Luis Torrens a couple years ago for the entire year on the roster because he was a Rule 5 pick, but after that season sent back to A-ball and kind of starting all over again in the organization. But everything we have heard from everybody who's seen him play in the minor leagues, he's come a long way and is a prospect for the future. This one is to center field and out number 2, but all things good for Luis Torrens, and part of the reason he's here.
Yeah, and you know what? Credit him too, because when you're in the big leagues, you're not getting starts. Really, your development starts when you go back to the minor leagues, and he has done a nice job getting back here. We saw him last year in a few starts, but this year he looks more sound behind the plate, in my opinion. And obviously, we haven't seen a lot of at-bats, but he has an approach where you can see him going the other way, using the middle of the field, and probably a little more offense as we move along.
2 down, Naylor with his short lead at first base, and there's Trent Grisham trying to bunt his way on, fouls it off.
Interesting, we get L.J. Newsome, who gets the start today. Taijuan Walker was scheduled for this start. He ends up getting traded today. We're heading to that trading deadline on Monday, and he gets traded for a player to be named later, coming back to Seattle. That's the reason why he doesn't get the start today. He was supposed to make his 100th career start of his career this year, today.
Well, he will do it in a Blue Jays uniform. And not north of the border either. Could be in Buffalo.
Yeah. That's right. They're making their home this year in Buffalo.
Fly ball headed towards left field. Sam Haggerty wandering in. Glasses on, and he makes the catch out there for out number 3. We head to the 4th without a score. Fourth inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Mark Grant pitched for the 92 Mariners, striking out 42 batters, including Hall of Famers Robin Yount, Herbie Puckett, Ricky Henderson, and Carlton Fisk.
Wow.
Got Pudge. Carlton Fisk.
Well, that famous home run.
Yes. Game, 6 of the 75 World Series? Yep. On a foul ball, I'm told we're going to see some footage.
I love that.
Of him striking people out.
Big fastball.
Kyle Seager leading it off here in the 4th inning. Flied out to right in the 2nd inning.
Just ask Carlton Fisk.
Yeah, I bet he remembers. Yeah. Cronenworth, Machado, Hosmer. There's a 2-1-1. Defense on the right side. I bet he walked around like he was a Hall of Famer himself. What do you think?
Mudcat?
Yeah.
I'm seeing this a little subdued.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't see that.
Quiet?
No, not quiet.
Okay. Let's see some video. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him. Yeah. That was like a... Oh, yeah.
How about the moss?
Oh, the moss is fantastic. Flow. Good flow.
Yeah. Big fastball. Little sink to it.
This is ball 4. Kyle Seager down to first base. Second straight inning that Lamet has walked the leadoff batter. That is a recipe for disaster right there. So leadoff walk here, and Austin Nola coming up. Single to right in the 2nd inning. Well, they got the high strike call at 97. Next pitch will be the 50th of the afternoon for Dinelson Lamet.
See the last 10 games. Austin Nola has been excellent. Not catching this first game. He's DHing. I would assume he'd be behind the plate for the second.
You mentioned the Walker trade, and there has been some rumors floating around about Austin Nola perhaps being on the move for the Mariners.
Yeah, the catching position. And when you put up numbers like that in the month of August, 348 since August 4th, that'll get some people's attention around baseball.
One pitch coming up here to Nola, and that'll miss up top for ball 2.
I think it's interesting when you think of the catching position, especially the trading deadline. It's got to be very difficult for a guy to be acquired coming over and knowing the whole pitching staff, especially the extras on the roster now. That's a daunting task, and they have to mesh quickly.
And of course, there are so many teams who are of the opinion that they are in the mix just because of the way this season is laid out and how short it is, and how many teams are actually going to the postseason, which is 16 this year.
Yeah, about a week ago, I think the Arizona Diamondbacks were saying, you know, we're in this. A tough stretch probably puts them in a different mindset, so they have to almost do both.
3-1 pitch. And that one carved foul to the screen. 97 on the fastball, full count.
Just trying to identify the teams that are going to be available. But as we mentioned in the first game, it's a seller's market because the asking price is going to be probably up where you don't really want to part with too many guys. And you're going to see player to be named later because the guys that aren't on the 60 can't be traded for. So that's why you'll see that at times, like Taijuan Walker's trade.
This is to left field. Naylor moving in, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. And just along those lines, Swing Dog, it seems like everybody is kind of looking for the same thing. It looks like the number 1 need right now for pretty much all major league teams is bullpen help.
Yeah.
So they're all kind of going after the same thing, and that's kind of, I think, both the Padres are in with injuries to Kirby Yates and Drew Palmer.
Yeah, I agree with it. The whole landscape is probably a bullpen focus. Now, it's the names you're not hearing that could make a huge difference. But I think Trevor Rosenthal for the Royals, the former closer of the St. Louis Cardinals, who went through a lot of control issues, has harnessed that. And that's the closer that you can go out and possibly acquire, and that would be a big one. But there's a lot of names that I think are going to fit into the 6th, maybe 7th inning relief role, whether it's a lefty or righty, just to add to what you already have.
Jose Marmoleos batting for the first time. And a swing and a miss. Took over at first base, and we're told that Evan White left with the right shoulder discomfort. So that's why he left the ball game, and Marmoleos is now into the game. Bats with 1 out, 1 on, and a shift that's tight to the infield here. The double play scenario still in order. Evan White leaving with a right shoulder discomfort. And on the swing, yeah, kind of going up there in that shoulder area, injured himself on the swing.
Looks like he's going fastball away here. See if they work off the plate.
Wow, they tried to, very close, but it is outside. 1-2.
He's had a lot of success, especially the left-handers. Down and in slider.
Jake Fraley waits on deck. Mariners bat here in the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless game. Runner goes, huge jump, and nothing Trent's can do about that. Nobody's covering third right now. And running down there was Terren, so was Machado. Seager had that base stolen before Lamet threw the ball.
Yeah, just timed him up and was 1,001, 1,002. You can see even taking off before Lamet delivered the pitch.
There's jumps and then there's that. So the stolen base has him in scoring position. Pitch 60 coming up now for Lamet. Swats at it, sends it foul off to the left out of play.
That's the league leading 32nd stolen base for the Mariners. They've been caught 6 times. You know, Davey Lopes, the former first base coach, used to tell us when we got on first base, and not base runners, he'd say 1,001, 1,002, take off. And that was just tendencies that certain pitchers would have.
Fly ball hit well to left field. Naylor going back at the wall. It's gone. Opposite field, 2-run home run for Marmoleos, who didn't even start this game. Takes over at first base defensively, bats for the first time, and puts the Mariners on top 2-0 with a 2-run shot.
Came in for the injured Evan White, as you touched on, Don, and down and away. It's a really nice swing. Had the sound off the bat. Takes off during the daytime. That leadoff walk really hurts now.
That turns into a run instantly on the 2-run home run. And in this shortened game, remember this is a 7-inning game. It's the Mariners who strike first, and now a little pop-up. Out goes Tatis over one shoulder and cannot catch it. It glances off the glove. He got twisted up, went over one shoulder, then the other, and shallow left, and it goes off the glove, and reaching at first base will be Jake Fraley.
Yeah, the different spin off the left-handed bat. You could see just turned around and off the top of the glove. I've seen him make so many spectacular plays. That ball eludes him.
They rule it a base hit. So that is hit number 4 of the day for the Mariners, and has Fraley at first. Still just one out here for the Mariners in the 4th inning. And Shedlong Jr., who walked in the 3rd. It's his second plate appearance against Lamet. Take strike 1. Runner goes, and no throw. The Mariners keep the pressure on. You pointed it out. It's what they do, and they do it well. Another stolen base, second of the inning.
It almost seems like Dinelson is forgetting about the base runners. Now, Fraley came in one of 2 guys without a stolen base in this lineup today. He gets his first, 33 on the year, as you see.
Long takes that pitch inside. And the Mariners getting to Lamet for 2 runs so far here in the inning. Not out of the inning yet, with Jake Fraley now at second base after the base hit and the stolen base. Lined into right field, a base hit. Fraley being waved around. Wil Myers' throw will go to second base, and the Mariners will add on to their lead on top 3-0. An RBI single for Shedlong Jr. And the Mariners that put a 3 spot on the board here in the 4th inning. And this will bring Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, out to talk to Lamet.
Yeah, so interesting because you look at that top of the 3rd, especially after that error by Tatis Jr. Lamet's settled down. But this inning, as you can see, the Mariners taking some comfortable swings. Not talking about that single by Fraley, but they have been hunting that fastball, and why not, especially with that devastating slider. But Lamet doesn't look the same to me, especially in this inning.
Long at first base with 1 out. We'll see how long it'll be before he takes off for second base, trying to get a 3rd stolen base of this inning for the Mariners. That's what they've been doing. And Joseph Odom, the catcher and number 9 hitter, that's for the 2nd time. Reached on the error you were talking about by Fernando Tatis Jr. in the 3rd. Runner goes. Didn't take long. Throw is going to be late, and leaping in the air was Cronenworth to keep that from center field. So another huge jump and another stolen base. 3 stolen bases in the inning now for the Mariners.
Don, I got to be honest. Dinelson Lamet is not paying attention. He did wait on that one a little bit, but he's got to mix up his times. He's got to step off.
These stumble there too between first and second for long.
These Mariners are aggressively taking him out of the ball game.
In there for a strike at the knees. To the fastball to get it. And even the count of 1-1. The home plate umpire here has hopped out behind the dish, and something's up with the runner at second base and Long Jr., who is injured, it appears, and Trying to stretch it out right now. They're giving him some extra time out there at second base. Trainer for the Mariners on the top step of the dugout, not going out there. Apparently Long is okay as he gains his lead again. Was a little stumble about halfway between first and second on the stolen base attempt. There's the slider, and it is a strike, 1-2. Shed Long Jr. in scoring position now with still just 1 out in the inning, and it has been a 3-run inning for the Mariners. Went around and strikes out. Torres now got Long hung up between second and third. I don't think he knew how many outs there were. And now they're running back and applying the tag is Cronenworth, and that will end the inning. So a strikeout. And he will reach at first base apparently on that strikeout. He reaches. The other runner is at your own risk in that situation. So Long is out, but reaching at first base is Odom. Apparently Torrens did not tag him. I thought he did.
Yeah, just misses him. But credit Luis Torrens in the rundown. Not a comfortable feeling, but gets the ball out of his hand and gets it to Machado. And the Cronenworth, let's see if he misses the tag.
I thought he had him, but maybe not. And the Padres are not challenging.
It looked like he missed him, but proceeds to do a nice job with the rundown. Padres get that out, which he was in scoring position.
So the inning continues with Odom at first base. Crawford, his third plate appearance against Nelson Lamet. He was singled to right and struck out swinging. Down and in and 2-0. Lamet falling behind. It has been a lengthy inning for him. Came into this inning having thrown 43 pitches. This will be pitch number 74 of his outing. And it's a fly ball to center field. Trent Grisham moving back almost to the warning track as he hauls it in to end the inning with the damage done. 3-0 Mariners. The lead over the Padres. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, don't miss any action during the 2020 season. Follow MLB on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for highlights and more. Bottom of the 4th inning with work to do and a shorter time with which to do it, as the Padres here in a 7-inning game 1 of a doubleheader today. And Fernando Tatis Jr., a strikeout victim in the first inning, 0 for 1. Wild swing and a miss. And a ball and a strike here to Tatis.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time Tatis Jr.'s average has dipped under 300. And to your point, Don, he's taken a lot of wild swings of late.
And it is clear over the last, I don't know, week or so that everybody's working him in.
Yeah.
Trying to jam him.
Those big swings come with fatigue at times. A lot on his plate.
Fouled off to the right out of play. I would think that a long swing when they're trying to jam you is not a good combination.
Not good. You're going to get foul balls. You're going to get swing and miss. But to shorten your swing, and that's going to be a priority, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the second time today. That's 3 strikeouts for Newsom, and out number 1 here at the bottom of the 4th inning.
And you could see Newsom coming right after him. I think a lot of pitchers, and especially catchers, can catch on to that. Big swing and underneath the baseball.
1 out here in the 4th. How about L.J. Newsom today? Really good, and giving up just the 1 hit through 3 1/3 innings. And here's Manny Machado. Bounce to shortstop in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. And again, this is his first experience in the big leagues, just his 3rd game. And first start. Machado drives one towards deep left center field. Back goes Lewis at the wall. That ball is gone into the bullpen. Home run for Manny Machado, his 9th of the year, and the Padres are on the board. Well, Newsom, who had given up just 1 hit, gives up a big hit here to the NL Player of the Week, and Manny Machado. Time for the top-tiered play presented by Arco. As Hosmer grounds one through the left side, a base hit. And he keeps it going with 1 out. Hosmer on at first base. And the top-tier play presented by Arco.
Yeah, you go back to Machado. He has been excellent of late. And as Bob alluded to earlier before the game, he has been hitting to all fields, especially that right center approach. And he has benefited from it, and the Padres answering back is huge. The ball had good sound to it going that left center gap into the bullpen.
1 out. Hosmer aboard at first. Here's Jake Cronenworth. Mariners shifting but keeping in the infield. And a swing and a miss for Cronenworth for strike 1.
Yeah, Newsom's got to have some pretty good carry because it's not necessarily the velocity. He's been sitting around 90, 91. Those guys that talk about that spin rate, it jumps on you when it gets into the strike zone.
'50th pitch, and it's fouled back by Cronenworth. The breakdown for L.J. Newsom. The first 50 pitches thrown for the right-handed starter. Cronenworth thought about it, but does not pull the trigger, and it is 2-2. Mariners taking a 3-0 advantage in the top half of this inning. Padres answering with a run so far. Cronenworth now, Myers next. And a 2-2. Swing and a miss, off balance, and he strikes out. 4th strikeout for Newsom, 2 down. And now a quick word from Sequan Casino.
Padres fans, surround yourself with everything you love about your team in the new exclusive Padres Hotel Suite. Visit Sequan.com to book your stay.
2 down in the last of the 4th. Hosmer at first to run in, and there's Wil Myers, who hit a ball sharply but lined out to the first baseman back in the 2nd inning. Ball 2, 2-1. This approach by Myers is one that he has been very consistent with all season, really taking some pitches, fouling some off, some deep counts.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn Jr. talked about on our pregame show the ability to go the other way, and that's been excellent for Wil Myers.
I realize Newsom is a new pitcher to the Mariners, but for whatever reason, Myers has always done well against Seattle offensively. A .356 career hitter against the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, and you know what? That's good sign, because he looks like he is slowing the game down just a little bit in the batter's box.
This one is foul down the third base line. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
You seem to slow that down just a little bit at the end there. You got quick, and then you slowed it down. Nice pacing.
Well, I went with the dramatic finish. Yeah. Runner goes, and Myers pops it up foul off to the right out of play. This action of the Mariners pen. Anthony Misevich is first up for Seattle.
Now it's interesting. Newsom has worked hard and soft every other pitch. So he goes back to the breaking ball. The fastball to Wil Myers, just fouling it off and spoiling it, giving himself another opportunity.
Like the at bat here from Myers, doing a great job again and battling, seeing a lot of pitches with Hosmer at first. Pitch 8 of this plate appearance coming up. Chop left side to short. Crawford will go to first, and that will end the inning. Padres get a run on the home run by Machado. It's 3-1 Seattle. Mobile ticket to the game. Get you caught up on today's action. L.J. Newsom making his first start, and he goes 4 innings so far, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Zay Marmoleos with a big 2-run home run, as he is 1 for 1 coming off the bench. And Nelson Lamet charged with 3 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Machado just got the Padres on the board with a solo home run, and it's 3-1 Mariners as we shift to the 5th inning of a 7-inning contest in Game 1 of the doubleheader. And it's Sam Haggerty, number 2 hitter in the Mariners order, followed by Kyle Lewis and Kyle Seager. That is a strike on the outside edge.
Yeah, pretty important to keep the Mariners where they're at.
Yeah, preserve this 2-run deficit.
They have to get back in that dugout.
On the ground, headed towards Tatis, right around the bag. It's second. Throw is good, and out number 1 of the 5th inning. So 1 out, and here comes Lewis. 0 for 2. He's been quiet, having the misfortune of bouncing into a 5-4-3 DP in the first. Struck out swinging in the third. And the recipient of strike 1. Popped up foul off to the right out of play. 0-2. Next pitch will be the 80th of the day for Lamet. .47 of them strikes so far for Lamet. Most he's thrown is 97. And that was last time out, and that is strike 3. Second time Lewis is down by way of the K. 5 strikeouts now for Lamet, 2 down.
You know, at times, Dinelson Lamet uses that slight pause, sets it up, and perfectly hitting Lewis. off his timing and really getting him to expose out of the strike zone.
Padres going into the 2-1-1 shift on the right side. Manny Machado out in short right field. Kyle Seager, who today has flied out to right, walked, stolen a base, and scored a run. On the corner. Nicely placed, and Kyle Seager didn't think so, as he confirms with Tom Woodring, who hasn't played in game 1 today.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent with his strike zone today.
He has. I think it's been a pretty good strike zone, too.
There's been times where I think both sides have complained. No complaints today.
Now his pitches per inning for Lamet so far. Of course, that 4th inning and the 31 pitches, the inning in which the Mariners scored 3 times, including the 2-run home run by Marmoleos. 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Lamet with a good bounce back inning. 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks. It's 3-1 Seattle. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, official pet coach of the Padres. By Jerome's Furniture, official furniture store of the San Diego Padres. Shop online at jeromes.com. And by Nissan. Take off in a new Nissan before summer ends. Don't miss the Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Beautiful day in San Diego, America's finest city. Mariners have a 3-1 lead as the Padres come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and they'll do so against a new Mariners pitcher. Anthony Misevich now into the game.
Anthony Misevich last pitched Sunday against the Texas Rangers, a 1-2-3 8th inning. Working in his 11th game. See the opponent batting average of .250. Lefty coming in. The Padres and Jace Tingler make a change.
Ty France pinch hitting for Greg Garcia here in the 5th. And a swing and a miss for strike 1 of the fastball. LJ Newsome, the starter for the Mariners today, gave him 4 very good innings. 3 hits, just the 1 run, the solo home run by Manny Machado. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 4. He threw 60 pitches in his 4-inning effort.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Mostly with the fastball, and he got a lot of swing and miss on that low 90s fastball. Also showed the breaking ball and also the changeup.
Foul off to the right out of play. Ty France, a pinch hitter, and looks like we're going to get another pinch hitter on deck right now. Jurickson Profar has come out to bat for Josh Naylor, the left-hander now in the game.
3-batter minimum, knowing that you can comfortably make that change.
Swing and a miss, and France strikes out. Now a quick word from Fix Auto Collision Centers.
Fix Auto Collision celebrates the summer road trip. For any unplanned turns, call or visit your nearest Fix Auto Collision Center today.
So the strikeout of France is out number 1 in the 5th inning. And here is Jurickson Profar. Pinch hits for Naylor. I'm sure he'll take over for Naylor in left field defensively as well. 30th game he's been in, a 185 average, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, and his first year in a San Diego Padres uniform. Swing and a miss. Mariners took game 1 of this 3-game series. Have a 3-1 lead in a 7-inning game 1 here today. And it seems strange to say, but it is true. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and it's getting late.
It sure is, which is a strange thing to say. And I think a lot of people that have opinions on the 7-inning game, 9-inning game, I think a lot of the old school would say, I don't like it. Well, it's protection, and there has to be built in for this 60-game schedule.
Pop up right side, shielding his eyes. Marmolejo saying he'll make the catch. Had a battle there. And used his glove to shade his eyes there at the moment, and that was not easy, but he makes the catch, 2 down.
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable play over there, just battling the sun.
2 outs, and Luis Torrens coming up. And I think it's also a way for a lot of the teams who missed a lot of games to be able to make up those games reasonably.
Yeah. And this is probably the rule I don't think is going to be pushed moving forward for next year, if indeed they play 162. But for this year, I actually like it because of that protection factor, but also your point, Don. I mean, there's some teams that have to make up a lot of games. St. Louis Cardinals, still the Marlins.
2 down here in the 5th, and Torrens ahead in the count, 1-0. Runs flight out to the center fielder, Kyle Lewis, in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 from his number 9 spot in the order. Late on the fastball, kind of running away. Savage in his first inning of relief has retired the first 2 that he has faced here, both pinch hitters. As Torrens takes ball 2. Both teams traveling post games. Mariners going to Anaheim, take on the Los Angeles Angels over the weekend. Padres going to Denver, take on the Colorado Rockies in an NL West showdown from Coors Field. Torrens hits it on the ground to the backhand of Seager at 3rd. A 1-2-3 5th. It's 3-1 Seattle after 5.
Makes it easy, plays of the game. This is in the 4th inning. The Seattle Mariners start taking advantage of Dinelson Lamet not paying attention to the runners and the young catcher Luis Torrens. Kyle Seager stealing a base, Jake Fraley stealing a base, Shed Long also stealing a base. It's the first time all season that the Mariners have had 3 stolen bags in a single inning. It's the first time the Padres have allowed it. Obviously, it takes away from the double play opportunities and also allows the runners at second base to possibly relay signs back over to the hitters. Obviously, this is something that Dinelson Lamet got distracted with in that 4th inning, guys. 2 of those 3 stolen bases ended up scoring. Don, Mark, back up to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. It was a busy inning on the base paths and an aggressive base running inning for the Mariners. They really kept the pressure on and came away with 3 runs. The only inning they've gotten to Lamet. Otherwise, he has been very good. Austin Nola leading it off here for Seattle in the 6th. And the good news, Lamet has been able to hang around in this game, going as deeply as he possibly can in game 1 of the doubleheader. Nola is 1 for 2, a single to right in the 2nd inning. Elevating and chasing there is Nola, even the count at 2-2. Marmolejos waiting on deck. Full count now. That coming in with a record of 2-1, a 1.89 ERA. Into his 7th start of the year, but trailing right now. And another leadoff walk. That is the 3rd of the ball game, allowed by Lamet. Let's take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
Well, Marmolejos takes his fastball down and away. And for his 2nd home run on the year, only 30 at bats. An impressive swing, especially after that leadoff walk to Seager. It was a 2-run shot.
Well, after the 3rd leadoff walk of the day allowed by Lamet, it will be his last as he departs the mound. A pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. It's 3-1 Seattle. Games on your TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports San Diego and Padres baseball with you wherever you go. Presented by T-Mobile. Beautiful day back in San Diego. The Mariners in game 1 of this doubleheader with a 3-1 advantage. Top of the 6th inning with a runner at first and nobody out. The Padres bring in their 2nd pitcher of the day, the left-hander Tim Hill.
Well, with Marmolejos, his last at bat going opposite field and 2 scheduled left-handed hitters next. Tim Hill comes on, working his 13th game, and heavy on the fastball usage for the side armor. Upwards to 90% 2-seam and 4-seam, and also that slider comes in at 10%.
Nola gets a pretty big lead over there at first base, held on by Hosmer as Hill misses with ball 1 to Marmolejos. A 2-run home run for him in the 4th in his first plate appearance. It's home run number 2 of the year for him. One ball, 1 strike. And that's strike 2, 1-2. So Lamet departs, responsible for Nola at first base. So he walked to begin this inning. And remarkably, 3rd time. He walked the leadoff hitter in the 3rd, did not score. Walked the leadoff hitter in the 4th, he did score. See what happens here in the 6th. And a grounder back to Hill. He'll fire to second base for 1 to first. It is not in time. Marmolejos getting down the line very quickly. 1-6 on the force out at second base. For the first out of the inning, they do cut down the lead runner.
Well, you see the ground ball and Tim Hill fielding his position. You can see dropping down with that throw. Takes Tatis a little bit towards shortstop and just can't get that momentum through the throw. That strong arm by Tatis not getting Marmolejos down the line.
1 out, 1 on, Jake Fraley. He's lined out to left and reached on an infield hit, stolen a base, and scored a run. It was all part of that 3-run 4th inning for the Mariners. On the ground to short, could be 2. Tatis to second for 1. On to first, 1 hopper, and in out of the glove. Hosmer went to the backhand trying to pick it, and it did not work out. So reaching at first is Fraley. Again, they get rid of the lead runner, Marmolejos, here at second base.
Yeah, good feed by Tatis Jr. And you can see Jake Cronenworth has struggled at times with that exchange. at second base. Normally that's shortstop, and he continues to work at that. But the low throw, and Hosmer unable to come up with that tough pick.
So 2 down, Fraley at first, and here's Shedlong Jr.
You would think the Mariners, with their aggressiveness on the base pass, would take an opportunity here with 2 outs, also having that lead.
Fights this one off, a chopper to third. Machado takes care of business and ends the top of the 6th inning. 3-1 Mariners. We get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, since the Padres hit a home run today, you get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. Yeah, Manny Machado with that home run. A solo shot, bottom of the 4th inning. Only run so far for the Padres. And we head on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the order, Trent Grisham lead it off for the Padres. A shift on the right side on Grisham. Savage back on the mound again here for Seattle.
Important time for the Padres, obviously behind 2. They have 12 comeback wins on the year.
Strike evens account at 1-1. Savage coming in the 5th inning and had a 1-2-3 5th. Struck out France, got Profar to pop out to first, and then got Torrens to ground out to third. A 1-2-3 5th. Foul back to the screen, and it's 2-2. As this inning begins, there is action in the Mariners' pen. Savage starting the inning, but Matt McGill has been up for quite some time. He was up last inning and back up again this inning.
I would say this is probably Misevich's last hitter, left on left, with the 2 righties, Tatis and Machado, up next.
Full count now. The leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, this is a 7-inning contest, game 1 of the doubleheader. There is Fernando Tatis Jr. waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and Grisham strikes out for the first out of the 6th inning. Second strikeout for Misevich. And the pitching change here.
Yeah, the 3-2 cutter by Misevich. He did a nice job in getting Trent Grisham on that outside part of the plate.
Misevich leaves, retiring all 4 batters he faces. The pitching change with the Mariners on top 3-1. Machado extend his hitting streak to 8 games, 16 hits, a .533 average during that time, at OPS over 1,700. 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in the 8-gamer. As Machado today, 1 for 2 with a home run in the 4th inning, and he'll be up after Fernando Tatis Jr. with a new pitcher in now for the Mariners, Matt McGill, a right-hander.
Matt McGill, fastball, slider, and changeup. Also has a curveball to go along with that. But let's see, working his 11th game. Last pitched last Friday against the Texas Rangers. I wonder how that long, lengthy wait in the bullpen affects certain guys.
Well, Tatis had a tough time against the starter, L.J. Newsome, who struck him out in the 1st and struck him out in the 4th inning, both times swinging. And he hits a high drive to deep left field, down towards the pole. That ball is up and it is gone on top of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Fernando Tatis Jr. has left the field literally. Home run number 13 of the year for Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres are back within a run.
You think he's happy L.J. Newsome's out of the ball game?
I would say so.
Dance your way through because you got a hanging breaking ball. And the breaking ball at the top of the strike zone. He knew it right off the bat. Skipping off the top of the Western Metal Supply Company building. That's a blast.
Up on the roof. A grounder foul. Padres back within a run. Remember Hunter Renfroe going up there a couple years ago. I'm trying to think who else.
It's a long way.
That's a pretty good poke.
It's a golf ball for most of us.
High drive, deep left field. Manny Machado with one swing of the bat ties the score on his second home run of the day. Padres come back from a 3-run deficit, tie it up 3-3. First Tatis, then Machado. They go back-to-back to tie it up.
Well, we just said how hot he has been in the last 8 games. Kind of subdued dance for Manny Machado, but not that swing.
Now Hosmer takes strike one.
That was loud.
So McGill has been rocked since coming into this game. The home run by Tatis on the roof. There's a ground ball left side. The shortstop, Crawford's throw in time for out number 2. Let's get a second look at Machado's home run.
Well, we said he's gone the opposite way so many times, but the breaking ball and the elevated one looked exactly like Tatis Jr.'s pitch.
Spinning up there, not doing much.
And they like that. Manny Machado knew it right off the bat.
4th time the Padres have gone back-to-back this year.
That's delicious.
Jay Cronenworth now has struck out twice. And both times that was against the starter L.J. Newsome. So see how glad he is to have the Mariners starter out of this game.
We touched on it in the first game of this series. This Mariners bullpen has struggled.
Line to center field. That's in for a base hit. Jay Cronenworth with a 2-out single into center field. Third hit of the inning off Matt McGill since he has come in, and now Wil Myers will have a chance.
I almost think that McGill doesn't even want to throw that breaking ball anymore, especially to right-handed hitters.
Myers is lined out to first, grounded out to short, 0 for 2 today. And tries to bunt and pops it up foul. Ball in the dirt, and that's a ball and a strike. Corralled by Odom, the catcher. Outfield very deeply situated right now.
I was just going to say it. No doubles defense, and Cronenworth has some good speed on first.
Swing and a miss has Myers down 1-2, and again, Odom able to block that. Keep it in front of him, no advance. Cronenworth at first represents the go-ahead run now for the Padres here in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 7-inning game.
If you're Cronenworth, you got to be careful of that breaking ball in the dirt. Possibly advance on that.
Two and two. Runner goes. Myers swings and fouls it back to the screen. So Cronenworth was off with that pitch. And Machado homering for the 2nd time in this game. 26th multi-home run game in Machado's career, and the 2nd this year. Previous one on August 9th against Arizona.
He's putting on a show.
It's also the 5th multi-home run game by a Padre this season. Machado twice, Tatis twice, and Grisham once. And of course, Grisham's was a 3-home run game. Ty France on deck with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cronenworth will be off at first base. So full count here to Myers.
Sorry, Don. So refreshing to talk about offense for the Padres. 59 home runs, 2nd in all of baseball. And the Dodgers and tied with the Chicago White Sox.
Myers with a swing and a miss, and McGill strikes him out. But the Padres with back-to-back home runs in impressive fashion. First, Fernando Tatis Jr. going to the top of the Western Metal Supply Company building, up on the roof. And then Manny Machado with his 2nd home run of the day as they go back to back and tie the game 3-3. Three now, thanks to that combination. Now it's time for the Callaway long ball, and here are the numbers on the Tatis home run that ended up on the roof. 448 feet away, exit velocity 110.4 miles per hour, 31 degrees on the launch angle. And it is Fernando Tatis's longest home run of the season. He becomes the 2nd Padre ever to have a home run reach the roof of the Western Metal Supply Building. First to do it was Hunter Renfroe, and he did it twice, September 28th of 16, July 24th of 17. No visiting player has ever reached the rooftop with a home run.
Really?
Yeah. D. Gordon is going to pinch hit against the new pitcher, Craig Stammen. Tap foul by D. Gordon.
Oh, you saw the high ERA for Craig Stammen, and most of that's been on the road. He has been excellent here at Petco Park, a 1.29 ERA.
Drops the bunt down, and it's going to be Stammen and nobody really. Stammen, you just pick it up because D. Gordon, with his speed, beats that out every time. And it's a bunt base hit that begins the 7th inning. Exactly what the Mariners wanted here with the pinch hitter to get on base to start this inning in a tie game.
Yeah, you could see him, and it really froze Austin Hedges, which was interesting, but D. Gordon gets out of the box so fast. Long strides and easily beating that out.
So the bunt base hit, and you have got to figure he's going to be on his way here very quickly. Trying to steal second base. Stammen dealing with J.P. Crawford, top of the order. Throw over there, and he will pay a lot of attention to Gordon.
One stolen base on the year by Gordon, but his resume speaks volumes.
.331 career stolen bases for D. Gordon. Leads active players. He's got .331. Elvis Andrus. .305 would be next up. Hosmer holding on. D. Gordon over there at first. 0-1 to Crawford.
All these base stealers have that ability, especially when you're getting into that range that you talked about, Don, of reading pitchers, trying to pick something out. They'll even do some film study before games on every reliever.
Going over there again. J.P. Crawford singled to right field in the first inning. Since then, he has struck out and flied out. Going over again. Nothing else, trying to tire out D. Gordon a little bit, having to dive back each time.
Yeah, and there's something to that as well. You have to give different looks, maybe even a step off. Try to vary it so many times. The veteran Stammen understands how important this situation is.
Fouls it off, and it's 1-2. So Stammen jumps ahead here. Trying not to lose concentration on the hitter that he's dealing with all the concern over D. Gordon at first base. One-two pitch coming up. Runner goes, and getting hit with the pitch is Crawford. So D. Gordon was going to steal second base. Now he gets up and heads to third. Nobody's there, but time was out. Oh, dead ball on the hit batter too. Gordon looked up. Nobody was at third, so he took off, but he's got to come back.
Now this, with D. Gordon going, Craig Stammen just pulls that fastball off the leg of Crawford.
So a dead ball, hit batter, and Gordon, who was standing at second base, noticed nobody was covering third, so he took off. But timeout, of course, with the dead ball. 2 on, nobody out, and Sam Haggerty coming up here. We're in the top of the 7th of a 7-inning contest, game 1 of a doubleheader. Reminder that Padres Live, presented by Cox, coming up after the game. Like Pomerantz and Tony Gwynn. And a snap throw to second base, hits the runner in Gordon, and kicks out to right center field. Gordon is going to be stopped at third as the throw gets back in quickly, but it's second and third now with nobody out for the Mariners in the top of the 7th inning. The throw hits the runner and Gordon and goes into right center field.
Yeah, aggressive play by Hedges, but Gordon was getting back, and he was getting back easily. Looked like the ball went off of D. Gordon and ricocheted into short center field. See, not that far off the base. Nothing Tatis Jr. can do. Now the Mariners second and third in a tough situation. There's the ricochet off Gordon.
So that's a second error for the Padres on the day. Throwing error by Hedges. Second and third, nobody out. Sam Haggerty. It's a ground ball, base hit into right field. D. Gordon will score from third, and the Mariners take a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 7th inning.
Now the bunt single, and also the presence of having that speed on the base pass really has created problems for the Padres.
First and third, still nobody out, and Kyle Lewis coming up. He's a guy who started the day hitting at .360 on the year. He's had a very quiet day. Could really do nothing against Nelson Lamet. Grounded into a double play and struck out twice, both times swinging. So the Mariners have taken the lead in the top of the 7th. After the Padres tied the game with back-to-back solo home runs in the 6th. Quick answer by the Mariners, and there's still nobody out in this inning. Runner goes at first. The pitch is in the dirt and out of the hand of Hedges. Stolen base for Sam Haggerty. That is stolen base number 4 on the day for the Mariners. They had 3 stolen bases in the 4th inning.
You see Hedges with that exchange. I think he didn't have a chance. Haggerty got a really good jump. That's his 4th stolen base.
So 2 in scoring position without an out. And Lewis in a big spot right here. On the ground left side into left field, a base hit. Crawford will score. Another run for the Mariners. They lead it 5-3. So another ball not hit hard but well placed, this time on the left side. And Kyle Lewis in his first hit of the day picks up his first RBI.
Weak contact, but perfect spot past Fernando Tatis Jr. You know, Don, with all of Major League Baseball getting away from the stolen base, we've seen it this year a little bit more, and you can see this has been the difference all day today. In my opinion, the Seattle Mariners have used their speed to an advantage, and it's changed the game.
Absolutely. Especially that 4th inning where they scored 3 times. 3 stolen bases in that inning, just keeping the pressure on. And if you've got those kind of guys on your roster, boy, what a plus.
Yeah.
Just another way to beat you.
Definitely. Changes everything. You shorten up your stride. The location's not the same. Defense has to shorten up a little bit.
And the pitchers have been rattled with it, I think. So at the corners, nobody out, and that's a swing and a miss. 0-2, Stammen jumping ahead. Of Seager 0-2. Haggerty at third, Lewis at first. Ooh, that could have gone either way. Call the ball. Seager today has fly to right, walked and scored, and last time up struck out swinging. Stammen taking a long time, so Seager requests time and backs out.
Seager's so good out over the plate. That's the reason why the Padres have tried to crowd him.
Almost got hit, twists out of the way, and the count evens at 2-2. There is action behind Stammen. Pierce Johnson has been warming. It looks like he is good to go, should they choose to go in his direction. See Tim Hill and Craig Stammen out of the pen after a 5-inning effort today from Dinelson Lamet. On the ground and through into right field, a base hit. From third comes Haggerty. He'll score. To third base goes Kyle Lewis. And the Mariners take a 6-3 lead. Putting a 3 spot on the board here in the top of the 7th inning, and still nobody out.
Man, hits keep coming. Elevated fastball in the 2-seamer leaks over middle in. Through that hole for RBI, and first and third again for the Mariners.
Jace Tingler out there to get the baseball from Craig Stammen. It's been a 3-run inning so far for the Mariners. We'll step aside. Mariners on top 6-3. This game is tied 3-3 into the 7th inning, but the Mariners have scored 3 quick runs so far. Still nobody out, and they have runners at the corners. Here's Johnson, becomes the 4th arm used today by Jace Tingler.
Pitched 2/3 of an inning Tuesday night against these Mariners. Did allow a hit, had a strikeout. He has done a very good job against left-handed hitters, holding them 1 for 13 on the year, 0.77 ERA versus left-handed hitters.
It's a Lewis at third, Seager at first, and Austin Nola about to climb in the box here. He's been aboard twice, single to right and a walk, wrapped around a fly out to left field. Padres in all the way around. Still nobody out. Stammen responsible for the runners on. Charged with 3 runs so far in this 7th inning. That went 5+, giving up 3. Tim Hill an inning. No hits, no runs. Craig Stammen did not record an out. 4 hits, and so far 3 runs have been charged to Stammen. Lead on the fastball at 97, and it's 1-2. If you're just tuning in and you're thinking, well, it's just the top of the 7th, Padres have work to do. This is only a 7-inning game.
Yeah.
Game 1 of a doubleheader today. Fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Profar. He's there to make the catch. Plenty deep enough for Lewis to tag and score the 7th Mariners run. Sac fly for Austin Nola. And it is now 7-3 Seattle. Seager still at first, and finally 1 out in the inning, and Marmoleos bats for the 3rd time. He pinch hit in the 4th and hit a 2-run home run. As you're wondering, there'll be 30 minutes in between games 1 and 2. And then they will be back out there again for a 2nd game today.
I think we should go out there and stretch.
This one is ground to foul outside of first. I think we should eat. What I think we should do.
I like eating.
I don't need to stretch for my broadcast.
Maybe a couple yoga poses. Why not?
Jake Fraley waits on deck for the Mariners. The Padres getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning on the back-to-back home runs by Tatis and Machado to tie the score. Well, the Mariners with 4 runs so far here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-2.
It almost seems like these Mariners have caught fire offensively. They can do no wrong. Whether they're squaring it up, hitting off the end of the bat. Offensively, these first 2 games of the series have been very productive, especially with the base running.
Swing and a miss, and Marmoleos strikes out. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego County Honda dealers.
I wanted to sure up and cross up J.P. Crawford, 1 for 3, hit by a pitch. Did have that line drive single in the first. Cash in opportunities, 3 solo homers. The offense for the Padres today.
Jake Fraley will take strike 1. Fraley has lined out to left, single, stolen a base, scored a run, and last time up grounded into a fielder's choice. So a 1 for 3 day for the Mariners right fielder. And part of the running Mariners today with their 4 stolen bases. There's the shift. And a swing and a miss. 0-2. Strike 3, and Pierce Johnson able to strike out Fraley, but the damage has been done. 4 runs in the inning. Mariners on top 7-3. How plays of the game. Manny Machado with a multi-home run performance today. A solo shot in the 4th inning. The Padres on the board, and then he ties the game with this solo shot to left field in the 6th inning. Now into double figures in home runs. That's 10 for Manny, 2 today. And that tied the game, but unfortunately the Mariners score 4 times in the top of the 7th inning and have a 7-3 lead as Taylor Williams comes in and is the 4th pitcher used by the Mariners in this game 1.
Not a save situation, but in his last 7 games, 4 for 4 in save. And a 0.00 ERA. He has been excellent. Opponent batting average 200.
Takes over for Matt McGill, who gave up the back-to-back home runs, the first 2 batters he faced coming into the game. But strangely, he is the pitcher of record even without any success right now for the Mariners, as leading it off Ty France here. Struck out in the 5th inning, his first plate appearance, pinch hitting. And quickly down 0-2. Jurickson Profar, and then Austin Hedges is expected to bat in the inning. Outfield straight away here on Ty France, leading it off, bottom of the 7th, and again a 7-inning game. Did he go? No, he did not.
That backup slider just working off the plate.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the first out of the 7th inning. So 2 strikeouts today for Ty France off the bench. 1 out in the 7th, and that brings up Jurickson Profar, who pinch hit in the 5th and popped out to the first baseman, Marmoleos. Strike call. Dodgers and Giants playing 2 games today as well, and the Dodgers have a 5-0 advantage over the Giants. Are in the top of the 5th in San Francisco in game 1.
So Walker Buehler went on the IL today. Blister issue. Haven't heard that too much this year.
Chopped back towards the mound. Williams has got it. His throw in time and Profar. He's out number 2 of the 7th inning. Two-way. And that'll bring up Hedges. Came in defensively and bats for the first time here in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Padres down to their last out in game 1. Strike 1. Inside, and he gets hit. So a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that gets Hedges. And the Padres with 2 down have a base runner here in the 7th.
Like a fastball that just got away from him. He wanted to try to cut that ball. It was right off that back shoulder area.
So a base runner with 2 down here in the 7th. Top of the order, Trent Grisham coming up. 0-4-3 from the top spot in the Padres order. Fouled out to the catcher, flied out to left and struck out, and dances out of the way of that pitch down and in. Mariners shifting on the right side. Strike 1. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the 7th inning. Close pitch, but called the ball. Full count now.
Yeah, just low. Good take by Grisham.
Fouled off. Kind of cued foul over by the on-deck circle on the Mariners side of things. Ty France struck out to begin the inning. Profar grounded back to the mound. Hedges hit by a pitch. Now Taylor Williams trying to finish off Trent Grisham and the Padres in game 1 today. With Seattle on top by 4 after a 4-run top half of the 7th. Did he go? No, he did not. And the Padres keep this going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A hit batter and now a walk. So 2 on, 2 down, and that'll bring Fernando Tatis Jr. to the plate.
Yeah, this is getting interesting. See Williams, that 3-2 pitch off the plate. Nice plate appearance by Grisham.
Tatis struck out in the first, struck out in the fourth, and then hit a mammoth home run in the 6th inning up onto the roof of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Ball 1. Boy, if you can get Manny Machado to the plate here, representing the tying run, as hot as this guy is right now, gotta like your chances.
I almost pull a Buck Showalter and put him on. Remember he did that with the bases loaded?
It's been a 2 home run day for Machado. Hoping he gets a chance. Here's a 1-0. Went around 1-1. Grounder foul outside of third, and a lot of that bat ends up down by Kyle Seager and third base. Well, the home run up onto the roof, the ceiling of the Western Metal Supply Company. Well, the 3rd time anyone's ever gone up there. 2nd player to do it. And why not it be Fernando Tatis Jr. that gets it done? He bats with Hedges at second, Grisham at first, and a 4-run deficit with the Padres down to their last out. 2-2.
Everything's been away to Tatis Jr.
That is 2, and the runners will advance as it gets away from Nola. 2nd and 3rd now with a full count to Tatis Jr. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd.
3-2 slider to Ty France. That base open. He's able to throw anything here. Doesn't want to put him on though.
And that's ball 4. The tying run will come to the plate for the Padres, and Manny Machado. Hit batter, back-to-back walks, and all of a sudden they're loaded. Gonna get a visit here at the mound. Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach for the Mariners, out there. Today, Manny Machado, well, he homered in the 4th inning, a solo shot. Home run number 9 of the year for him. And then he would tie the game in the 6th as Tatis and Machado go back-to-back. It's double figures in home runs for Machado now, 10. And again, he's the reigning Player of the Week in the National League. And he's coming up in a bases-loaded situation representing the tying run in the last of the 7th inning in Game 1 of a doubleheader.
And Taylor Williams has looked nervous, especially the last 2 hitters. That gets interesting because that's when you get mistakes. That's exactly what Manny Machado is looking for here.
Line to left field and a base hit for Machado. From third base comes Hedges. Around from second comes Grisham. And 2 runs are in for the Padres. It's now 7-5. Manny Machado with his 3rd hit of the day drives in 2 more. 4 RBIs on the day for Manny.
Now as the plot thickens, Manny Machado gets that first pitch fastball. It's down, and I think Williams is lucky. This ball elevated. I think it's leaving the building. That's how hard it was hit. Smoked. Easily scoring is Hedges and Grisham. Setting the stage for Eric Hosmer.
2 on, 2 out. Trailing by 2. Hosmer represents the winning run. Off the glove of Nola, the runners will advance. And the tying run into scoring position at second base, and Manny Machado just clanked off the glove.
Yeah, he got crossed up. You see Nola going immediately out, looking for that slider. You could see the glove going to that inside part of the plate, and he boxes it. This is so interesting because that base open with the veteran Hosmer up right now and Jake Cronenworth on the on-deck circle.
Tying run is there in Machado. Williams backs off. Let's see the signs again. Charge Nola, the catcher, with the pass ball. This will get away. From third base comes Tatis. He will score, and it's a 1-run game. It's now 7-6. Tying run 90 feet away, and all of this has come with 2 outs in the inning.
And the shocker is that the Mariners have no one up in the bullpen. Williams does not look the part. He spikes this slider. Surprisingly, it misses Hosmer. It's becoming a thing.
Second wild pitch for Williams in this inning. His catcher Nola has been charged with a pass ball in this inning. It's 2-0 to Hosmer. That is strike 1. Borderline call, knee high.
Well, he just spiked that slider, so your focus has to be that fastball if you're Hosmer.
You know, that tying run right there in Machado. And he doing some dancing down the line. Hosmer sends it into right field, base hit. Here comes Manny Machado, and the Padres have tied it up 7-7. A 4-run bottom of the 7th inning, all of it coming with 2 outs, tied at 7.
Don,
Unbelievable.
I am telling you, Don, you cannot sleep on this Padre offense. They do not give up. And Eric Hosmer takes that fastball in. Single focus, and you could see the fist pump towards the dugout. You gotta love this. That's clutch. And that is delicious.
There were 2 outs and nothing going on. France struck out, Profar grounded out, 2 down, nobody on. Hit batter, a walk, another walk, pass ball, a single, another single, and it's 7-7. Scott Service, the manager, coming out to make the change. Altavilla has been up in the pen, and he'll be in this game when we come back. A pitching change from Petco Park. Game 1 of a doubleheader, all tied at 7. An unbelievable turn of events, and again, it all comes with 2 outs. And Taylor Williams chased from this game. Stunned. Altavilla now comes into the game. Dan Altavilla, second appearance of the series.
Yeah, and he did very well. A clean inning last time out against the Padres. Inning of work and 1 strikeout.
So Williams, 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits. So far charged with 4 runs. He walked 2 wild pitches. Jay Cronenworth with a winning run at first, and Hosmer will take ball 1. From off the mat to a tie game.
Never given up. We love that trait from a ball club.
This is what winning teams do.
Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, 12 comeback wins. And there'd be nothing bigger than this one here.
On the ground and through into left field, a base hit for Cronenworth. Heading to third is Hosmer. Throw will go there, and Hosmer will get there with the slide 90 feet away. Cronenworth, the second hit of the day. And credit Hosmer going first to third on that base hit to left center.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Don. This is very good base running with 2 outs. First the hitting, and Jake Cronenworth going the other way. That's sweet hitting, but also on the back end is Eric Hosmer going first and third. Sliding into third base, and that changes everything. Now all those pitches have to be elevated. Seen that pass ball come into play this inning.
Winning run 90 feet away at Hosmer. Myers 0 for 3 today. Ball 1. Three career walk-off hits. Myers to left field, deep, far, very good, a walk-off home run. This edition of the San Diego Padres is simply unbelievable. The Padres come back down by 4 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, the game 1 of a doubleheader, and they walk it off. Wil Myers with his 8th home run and the exclamation point. All he needed was a base hit, but this will work.
Don, you make it a baker's dozen. Wil Myers gets that cement mixer slider, and he watches it. And the boys erupt.
"10-7, Padres win it." What's in store, Mike Pomerantz?
I'm asking if Wil can hear me.
I can hear you.
Wil, way to go, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that.
Mike, thanks so much. Wil, congratulations. What a way to end this ball game. and you had a chance to sit there and enjoy it, too. That was a no-doubter. Congratulations.
No doubt. That was a lot of fun. I made the last out the last inning and was able to do something there that inning right there. So that was a lot of fun. Just all around, offensively, that last inning was really cool. We never gave up down to our last out, and we come around and do that. So it was really cool all around with the win. I don't really have many more words for that.
Yeah, no, hey, 4th time you've had the walk-off, but the comebacks, 13 13 times this year you guys have come back. Has this been one of the most exciting seasons that you've been a part of, and seeing what this team can do?
Definitely since I've been here. No, this is a ton of fun. We got a great team. We got a lot of great players here. It's and everybody's doing something. You know, everybody's contributing. Everybody's doing something to help the team win, and that's what's most fun about it.
Last one, we'll let you go. Just talk about the tightness of this ball club, Will. It just seems like you guys believe in each other every moment of every game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you know, top to bottom offensively, our pitching staff, I think we've done a great job. We're going out there doing what we can to win each and every day, and trusting each other. It's been great.
We'll do it again in Game 2. Thanks for the time. Mike, back over to you.